Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter. Welcome to your Tennis Now News Update. When players come face to face, they don't always see eye to eye. So last weekend, when Genie Bouchard refused to shake hands with Alexandra Dugera before a match, it got us thinking about some similar situations. When players are feeling a bit hostile, when things get a little uncomfortable. So how about we count down our top 10 harshest handshakes of the Open era? Number 10 happened earlier this year when Venus Williams outdueled Barbaro Strycova in Doha. Venus took exception to her opponent's stare down during the handshake, saying, "What was that look for?"
Moves safely through into the quarterfinals.
Does that look for something? Well then, okay, good.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And remember this, no love lost between Andre Agassi and Boris Becker, who openly sparred with Andre's then-wife, actress Brooke Shields, during some of their matches. Our number 9 handshake is this no-look exchange between Agassi and Becker after Agassi won their 1995 U.S. Open semifinal. Up next, maybe she was upset by her opponent's celebration, or that she lost her chance to reach the Wimbledon final. But our number 8 bad handshake winner is Aga Radwanska, who throws some shade on Sabine Lisicki's 2013 Wimbledon semifinal win with this drive-by move.
She survived.
Sometimes things get so heated a player doesn't even want to look at his rival, let alone touch him. Our number 7 worst handshake comes from the 1997 French Open, where Thomas Muster refuses to shake hands with Jeff Tarango twice.
Mal die Hand. Wenn dem ganzen Theater, was gemacht hat, gut.
Oh, das sieht man selten. Pfiffe aber jetzt für Muster.
Ich würde sagen, es ist nach der Partie, ist aus, ist vorbei.
Was soll sich die Hand geben? Gegner noch die Hand hin, aber Muster lenkt sie ab. Naja.
That clash happened just before Tarango stormed off the court and quit mid-match without a handshake. That was Wimbledon 1995. Wonder if he's over that.
Let's play.
You are the most corrupt official in the game, and you can't do that.
Court violation, verbal abuse, point penalty, Mr. Tarango.
That's it.
Game on.
Even iconic Hall of Famers can go a little off course. Steffi Graf makes the list, coming in at number 6, with her initial no handshake to Gabriela Sabatini in Tokyo. Upset by a series of questionable calls, Graf walks off without shaking anybody's hand, though she does settle down and then she comes back and shakes Sabatini's hands just seconds later.
Gabriela Sabatini gewinnt das Viertelfinalspiel mit 4:6, 6:4, 7:6 im Tiebreak mit 8:6 nach 2 Stunden und 36 Minuten und Steffi Graf war schnell verschwunden. There was no lingering animosity there, though. You might remember years later, Steffi gave the speech at Gabby's induction into the International Tennis Hall of Fame, so all is well there. Pat Rafter and Pete Sampras were two of the classiest champions of their era, but Pete Sampras, shocked that the chair umpire overruled against him on match point, does not mince words with the ump, withholding the handshake and making his point with a long, cold stare. That's our number 5.
Pulled wide. Sampras is hesitating. The serve did look good. And Sampras bemused and can hardly believe it. An overrule from the chair ump to give Patrick Rafter the win.
Coming in at number 4, a young Rafa Nadal against Tomas Berdych in Madrid. Rafa, apparently upset that Berdych shushed the Spanish crowd after his victory, admonishes Tomas during the handshake.
No, don't try and conduct the crowd. You won't become very popular by doing that. Played a magnificent match.
And Berdych makes the list again for skipping the handshake against another Spaniard, Nicholas Almagro, after Almagro drilled Berdych with the ball at the Australian Open. Berdych got the win, but still smarting, refused to shake hands, prompting boos from the fans in Melbourne.
No handshake from Berdych. He blew him off, and the crowd noticed that.
And even the best players in the game can't always keep their cool. That's right, it's Nole's turn. Upset by Fabio Fognini's antics during a 2013 Shanghai match, Novak Djokovic yanked the Italian's arm in a don't mess with the Joker kind of move during their physical handshake. And leave it to the animated Fabio to make our list twice. In a rare move, watch chair umpire Carlos Bernardis, who was upset by Fognini's repeated arguments, initially refused to shake Fabio's hand. They argued a little more, apparently reached a truce, and then shook on it. The all-time worst handshake. This one goes to Janko Tipsarevic and Radek Stepanek. After a grueling Davis Cup loss to Janko Tipsarevic, Radek Stepanek shockingly gave Janko the finger during the post-match handshake. And he means it. And what's worse than that? How about throwing a sucker punch instead of shaking hands? Incredibly, Karl Novacek in the 1992 French Open actually threw a punch at another player after a frustrating loss. And our number one harshest handshake of all time goes to a female, Patty Schneider. Upset by opponent Conchita Martinez's behavior in a 2004 Charleston loss, Schneider turned the post-match handshake into a hand fake. Patty said she did it as a way to give Conchita a piece of her mind, which, according to court observers, included the B word. Well, then Patty reinforced her reputation as a volatile post-match presence, slapping Daniela Hantukova's handshake attempt in Luxembourg. That one happened in 2007. And if the hand slap wasn't enough, check out her husband, Rainer, get into the action, kicking a water bottle on his way out. Can't we all just get along? That's our top 10 list. Let's hear your picks for the harshest handshakes. If you remember some others, let us know. That's our news for now. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to follow us on Facebook. I'm Grace Carter. We'll see you next time here on Tennis Now.